Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Natasha Velasquez. I am a fashion designer and also a gal who goes in front of a camera to play characters every now and then. Today I'm going to be talking about things I wish I knew before I opened my LLC. There's just a lot of things that I wish I knew before I opened an LLC, so I have my handy dandy writing system here. I'm going to be glancing at a notebook every so often because I wrote down a lot of notes. So this is for beginners, for people who have like no clue of what an LLC is. This is specifically talking about a fashion business. An LLC is a limited liability company. It's a legal business structure that separates you from your business. So if anything went wrong financially or legally, your personal assets are going to be protected. So a fashion business is a product-based business. That's very important to know because different businesses require different kind of protection, just a whole different operating systems from within and on the outside. My first thing I wish I knew was I wish I learned some business terminology and financial literacy first. So these are external knowledge tools. When you open your LLC, you don't want to be thrown off by any of the terms like sole proprietor, DBA, operating agreement, registered agent, sales tax, EIN, gross versus net profit. Probably like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was me. But I kind of also took the easy way out in opening my LLC. I used LegalZoom. It's a third-party entity. They handle the legal structure end of your business. So luckily, I didn't have to know any of this to open it up. They did it all for me. But when I go into LegalZoom, it has all these words. And there's way more to it. This is just a small list. But that's just like external knowledge, right? Learning the vocabulary and learning financial literacy terms. Now you want to get clear on your internal clarity. So like, what kind of business do you actually want? Why are you starting? This is personal, but the vocabulary is foundational. 2, have a business plan. When I opened my LLC about 2 years ago, I had a very loose business plan. It was very chaotic too. I thought I knew what I was doing. I wrote some stuff down, but I wasn't really thinking long-term wise. So a business plan is going to answer questions like, who is your target audience? What problem are you solving? How will you market? What are your startup costs? Very important, especially in a fashion business. I didn't do extensive research on a clothing business, so I kind of was jumping 30 steps ahead opening up this LLC. Because I opened up an LLC, I had some samples, but I didn't even have my products. So 3, I wish I would have assessed my business needs. You could sell as a sole proprietor, you could file taxes as self-employed, or you could use a DBA, doing business as. But again, this all goes back to my first point, which is knowing your vocabulary. So when you're assessing your business needs, you want to assess your finances. Do you actually have money for inventory, samples, packaging, website fees? I was lucky enough to have a bit of capital, but I didn't invest the capital in the smartest way. I winged it. I just opened my LLC. I ordered samples, bought a domain. Maybe instead of buying samples from a manufacturer overseas, I could have started with just my graphic t-shirts that I was doing. And I could have waited to do my design samples maybe like in a couple months. They're not even how I want them. So in a fashion business, when you're ordering samples, your first sample is not going to be exactly how you want it. There's going to be a back and forth, and every back and forth is going to be an upfront cost. So reassess your finances. Definitely be strategic in how you're investing and allocating your capital. There are some people who decide to go in debt for business, and that's fine too. Take out a loan, but you definitely got to know how to use money, which goes back again to knowing your financial literacy. And then lastly, everyone's entrepreneur path is different. This is based off of my experience and what I wish I would have known before I opened up my LLC. because now I'm thinking about closing it. Some people do thrive with just jumping in. Some people need to plan every detail. Some people have already the funding, and some people just bootstrap everything and learn along the way, which I think is fair because a lot of it you do just learn along the way. But it's good to have at least done a good amount of research. So yeah, so if I could go back, I would educate myself first, build a plan, and then form the LLC. So if you're thinking about opening an LLC, don't feel rushed. The structure and all this research is to support you. It's not to restrict you. So don't be scared of a little structure. And yeah, that's what I wish I would have known before opening my LLC. Thank you guys for sticking out through this whole video. I hope this helped you a bit for anyone who was thinking about opening it or had no clue what they're even doing. Yeah. Stay healthy, stay hydrated. Love y'all.